The God of War Kratos, with pale white skin, huge muscles, a bald head. There are many different visual cues that you can give to Kratos that make him stand out amongst the crowd. And not even talking about the crowd per se, Kratos definitely stands out amongst all other character IP in gaming history. While his rage and blades of chaos are definitely clear signs that you're dealing with the God of War, another one is his infamous red tattoo that goes all across his body. While the origins of this tattoo and why Kratos got it are for a whole nother video that I'll make down the line, on this video we're going to focus on a small change to the tattoo that could have changed the entire way we view Kratos today. What is going on, followers? It is your boy TKD, Winter D, aka Kevin here, and today we're going to talk about how the tattoo of Kratos was almost entirely different than what we have today. The story comes to us courtesy of David Jaffe's blog. Now, in case you didn't know who David Jaffe was the original creative director at Santa Monica, and he is the one that first developed the God of War franchise. After his work was up on God of War 2, he promptly left Santa Monica and went on to found Eat, Sleep, Play and create games that we know today as the reboot of Twisted Metal in 2012, as well as the game called Drawn to Death, which is a whole other thing. I just wish he would go back to things like God of War. But beside the point, back to the story. Mr. David Jaffe also has a personal blog that he updates from time to time, and he has a post from 2012 that is very telling of the history of Kratos. On Saturday, December 15, 2012, he posted literally days before we announced the first game to the press, "This was Kratos," and he posted a picture of Kratos with a blue tattoo. Other than the inclusion of him wearing closed boots, he seemingly has everything he has nowadays, including the blades of chaos, as well as that white skin, but his tattoo is blue instead of red. That's nearly the only difference here that's made. And again, just to reiterate, he posted this picture and he said this was Kratos days before they announced the game to the public, the original God of War 1 on PS2. And then he goes on to say, quote, "And then someone on the team, I think it was Ken or Max, showed us this." He then goes on to post a picture of Diablo 2, and the big kicker here is that there's a character in Diablo 2 that has a striking resemblance to the Kratos that they first made throughout the development of God of War 1. He continues the blog post by saying, "If you don't know, this is a barbarian from Diablo 2. I had played Diablo 1 but never 2, and this was sure news to me, as it was clearly to many / all others on the team, as this was the first we'd heard of the character, let alone the similarity." And really, even looking at the two side by side, it is clear that they share a lot in common. They're both really pale in their skin tone, they have little armor on, they're mostly shirtless, has big muscles, they're both bald. Like, there are very clear parallels here to both characters in each game. And it's pretty obvious here that if they were to stick around with Kratos having that blue tattoo, they would surely have been scrutinized in the media and by the fans as a whole for what they would have deemed as them copying Diablo 2. However, David Jaffe goes on to say one of the best quotes I've ever heard in my entire life. Quote, "So you can bet we changed it. Lickety fucking split." Shout out to him for that quote. I don't even know how you could have perfectly said that, but that was a perfect way of putting it. But he continues on by saying, which is good, because I think this is a much better look for our guy, showing a picture of the Kratos that we know and love today with the red tattoo and the sandals, which is a weird addition to why they would change that, but you know, I guess it kind of makes sense. You know, he was a Spartan, they tended to wear sandals during that time, so it definitely lines up with the overall backstory to Kratos as a person. And he goes on to end the blog post by saying, quote, "Even if now Kratos, much to my never-ending disappointment, seems to be a fan of the Crimson Tide." Sad face emoticon. But there you have it. Originally, Kratos was planned to have a blue tattoo as opposed to a red tattoo. And personally, looking back on the whole franchise as a whole and looking at Kratos as a character, I think that'd be a super weird thing to have him with a blue tattoo. Just, it wouldn't fit with his rage, how he has a temper and he's angry all the time, and it just wouldn't fit to have him with a blue tattoo. Just red, you know, obviously is associated with rage and, you know, with anger and stuff like that. So definitely feel like the red tattoo definitely suits Kratos more. And actually, fun little side note, as I was researching this topic and everything, there was an actual skin released on God of War 3 called the Morpheus Armor that depicts Kratos with a blue tattoo, just like the one that they originally planned back in God of War 1, seemingly to be a little throwback to the original designs of Kratos. And even looking at the Morpheus Armor gameplay, it looks super weird to see him came with a blue tattoo and everything, but originally that's what the good guys, you know, at Santa Monica Studios and David Jaffe originally had in mind for our God of War. How do you guys feel about the never was to be Kratos with a blue tattoo? Do you enjoy it more? Do you wish they stuck with that blue tattoo and put their foot down and really claim that they were not copying Diablo 2? Or did they make the right decision? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And let's use the keyword blue down in the comments below. Make sure to sound off your opinions. I would love to hear what you are thinking. And make sure also while you are down there to check out our description where you can find their Instagram, Twitter, all the good stuff where you can keep up to date on the latest in PlayStation. And make sure to also keep it locked here on the channel for all things PlayStation. Thank you all for watching, and as always, keep on following.